Yo, how's everyone doing? Hope we're handling this little COVID-19 pandemic well. So I was doing the online stuff, the online programs and things like that. It's really difficult. So what I'm going to start to do is just little individual series videos. Hang on, truck. And then also doing the stories of the boards. I think that those will be the stories of the board volume is on the YouTube Rivard art. And I think that's a better way to kind of talk a little bit about process, tell some historical stories, and there's definitely some hidden gems educationally inside all of that. But to start it off today, I wanted to talk a little bit about the board itself. We kind of discussed that in that first session last week, but I want to talk a little bit about your boards. You have in front of you this blank skateboard, right? This is what everybody would receive in that package. Now, a lot of us want to do a white background. I get a lot of requests, how do we make this background white? So I'm going to talk about that process right now. And you definitely don't need to do this. It's certainly not necessary at all. I love the wood grain look. I think it's a really nice background. It makes for a very natural feel. Sometimes you don't want to paint a primer, but if you do want that white primer layer, step one starts with spray painting the board. So this is the spray paint I always use. This is my favorite brand, Montana Gold. Don't get anything else. I always get Montana Gold. There's just something about, I don't know, there's probably some science behind it, I don't know what it is, but this works the best. There's even Montana Black, don't buy that. Montana Gold. It's a nice dry primer, and the reason you want to spray paint a coat of spray paint on the base is because it creates a little bit of a texture on the skateboard itself. So your skateboard naked has got this smooth varnish. You could probably see a little bit of that reflective quality, right? It's a smooth varnish to that. It works well with Sharpie. If you're just looking to kind of draw initially with illustration, this is just fine. But if you do want to paint it, we need to kind of create a base layer that has a little bit of a grip to it. And the reason for that is you'll have, the reason for that is that you're going to have something for the acrylic, which will be the next step to grip onto. So step one is, let's just get a base layer of spray paint on here. So now, in order to do that, we got our Montana Gold. Biggest mistake you can make with spray paint, especially good high quality spray paint, is not to shake it enough. Shake this thing for 2 minutes, no less than 2 full minutes. No less than 2 minutes with that Montana Gold. I've already shaken this can up, so I'm gonna get straight to it. And then all you need to do with spray paint, we talked about this earlier, with spray paint, we never sit too close. Keep it away from the board about 6 inches to a foot. Never stop moving your hand. Hand always moves when you're spray painting. You're never sitting still and spraying at the same time. So I'm gonna go right over the edge of my balcony here. And I'm about 6 inches from the board. I don't know if you can see that. And I'm just gonna keep my hand moving. And I'm putting just the thinnest layer imaginable. This is not a heavy layer. So you can still even see that wood grain through the board there, or through the spray paint there. Very, very thin layer of spray paint. I only did that top half because I'm not trying to spray my arms white. And I'm gonna flip it over so I can spray the bottom. Wait for that to dry just a hair. Go up on this. And again, never stop moving. Keep that can moving. That's all it takes. Super light, thin layer of spray paint on the board. Totally covered. No spots not covered or touched by the spray paint. And now, as we go into step two, what'll happen is we're gonna brush on an acrylic, and that is gonna be really nice because it's gonna create a very nice, very clean, deep white layer to that, which will create the white background of your skateboard. So stay tuned for step two of primering your skateboard. Thank you.